it's Chantel Kiana and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we will be having episode 2 of Conversations with Chantel. And our topic for today is anxiety. So as always, I have some notes because I don't want to miss any important pieces or tips to share with you guys. So first off, I want to start with, I personally have been dealing with anxiety, it seems like, my entire life. Ever since I was like a little girl, I feel like I was always anxious slash worried about just a variety of things. And as I've gotten older, now for those who don't know, I'm 36, my anxiety has definitely gotten worse. I feel like different life experiences triggers it more than other times, but overall, I mean, like the past, what, two and a half years, the world has been a hot mess. And on top of that, dealing with personal traumas such as like grief and loss, I feel like it really gets my anxiety like at a 10. So I'm always trying to find new positive and healthy habits to adapt to make life a little bit easier with dealing with anxiety. So I'm going to get into some tips to share with you guys. And also I want to discuss different behavioral patterns that you may see in yourself or your friends or loved ones, so that you can recognize if you are personally struggling with anxiety yourself or if a friend is and they may need some help. So let's get started. Most people feel anxious or scared just because that's life, you know, but if it starts to be detrimental to your mental health and to your life, like physically you can't work or you can't go to school or you can't even get out of bed, then that is something that really needs to be taken seriously and really needs to be checked out. So anxiety can cause many different symptoms, and first we're going to talk about the physical symptoms. And some of those can be faster, irregular heartbeats, feeling lightheaded and dizzy, headaches, chest pains, and loss of appetite, sweating, feeling hot, and physically shaking. So again, those are just some of the physical symptoms that anxiety can cause a person to have. Now, let's move on to the second part, which is going to be the mental symptoms, which I think is extremely important, if not more important than the physical. And some of those are feeling tense or nervous, being unable to relax, worrying about the past or future, which is something we all know that we can't do anything about. We just have to focus on the present time. Feeling fearful, not being able to sleep, difficulty concentrating, intrusive traumatic memories and thoughts. Now, I think that one is a really difficult one because sometimes it's difficult to forget what has happened to you. So being aware of what triggers you, what your traumas are, is really important and kind of helping you navigate a way to get through your anxiety. And I want to make this clear that it's literally one step at a time, and you have to take it one day at a time, because it's just not something that's going to go away really quickly, and it's not like an easy fix. Now, I want to discuss the changes in behavior, like I mentioned earlier, that you may see in yourself and others. Not being able to enjoy your free time, difficulty looking after yourself, and a big part of this could be simple things as your personal hygiene. Are you bathing every day? Are you making sure you're drinking water on a daily basis? Are you eating? Things like that. Personally looking after yourself. Struggling to form or maintain relationships. Worried about trying new things. Avoiding places and situations that create anxiety and compulsive behavior. So I want to talk a little bit more about the avoiding places and situations, because on one hand, it's important that we are aware of our triggers and that we don't run from them, though. We have to find ways to cope with them and work through it. Because if we just keep avoiding what causes us anxiety or what makes us feel a certain way, but we're not healing or working through it, then it can constantly attack us and affect us, and all we're doing is running away from the problem. So you may not be around certain people because they trigger your anxiety, or you may not go to a certain store or a certain area in your town or city that you live in because of your anxiety. But the main thing we have to remember is we have to do the internal work on ourselves, and everyone's work and everyone's process is going to be different because everyone handles anxiety different, number one, and everyone is physically different and mentally. But we have to each day try our best to maneuver through those feelings instead of just like avoiding it or pushing it to the back burner and pretending like it doesn't exist. That does more harm than any help. So now I want to talk about things you can try to help deal with anxiety, because like I said, I've been dealing with it for years now, and I'm always looking for new positive ways to deal with it. Because there's definitely been a time in my life where I just chose to ignore it or chose negative habits and things to kind of like escape from reality or escape from my true feelings that my anxiety was causing me to have. So first up is try talking about your feelings to a friend, family member, or health professional. And I highly recommend this, although I do want to make mention that when you choose a family friend or a health professional, that you choose someone that has your best interest at heart, that isn't going to be judgmental. When you're going through something, you don't need added stress or added trauma when you're just trying to express your feelings. So I would be aware and leery of just telling everybody everything. Just make sure they truly want the best for you and are really there to support and help you through your anxiety journey. The next one is exercise, which could include running, walking, swimming, yoga. And I personally love to exercise. I feel like it's a stress reliever for me. And I do love to do yoga, stretching, and meditation. That has been the thing that I've noticed really like calms my mind and puts me at ease. So I typically try to do it every day after work, and it's been quite helpful. Use calming breathing exercises. Find out how to get sleep, which is another big one, because I feel like how we end our days and start our days is really important, and we need all the sleep that we can get. Eat healthy. Regular meals can help keep your energy levels stable. Identify triggers. Learn what situations or actions cause you stress or increase your anxiety. Another favorite of mine is to keep a journal. I try to journal weekly, but if other things are coming up, then I will journal on a daily basis if I need to. The next one I want to say is your stress, worries, and anxiety may not go away on their own, and they may worsen over time. Like I said, mine personally has gotten worse as I've gotten older. However, don't be ashamed of having anxiety. Be okay with seeking help. Like I said, whether that's from a family member, a friend, or a therapist. We all are struggling. We all need help sometimes, and nothing is wrong with that. So I definitely hope that these tips were helpful. I hope you enjoyed episode number 2 with Conversations with Chantel. If you have any topics you want me to discuss, please leave it in the comments and I will be glad to do so. Until next time, and always be sure to check out my blog, chantelkiana.com. Bye!